Welcome to another PC Sportscards PSA submission reveal. This is Josh with PC Sportscards. Today we have one of our old school long form videos. We have about 6 or 7 topics to talk about. We have a really fun submission that came back. It's an economy submission, 2022.67, 88% 9 or better. We have 60 or so percent were PSA 10s in this order, and we have a lot of cards that aren't only ultra modern. So we have a really good mix in this order. If you've never watched our videos before, we do reveals, we do outgoing submissions, consignment orders, basic hobby information, Q&As. We do a lot of different stuff. If you like that kind of stuff, hit that subscribe button, click the little bell to get alerts. In the top left of the screen, you see that we sent this order in on 5/19. PSA marked it as received on 5/24, even though it's in California and that was a weekend. And it was completed by 7/19. We just got it back the other day, and we decided to do a reveal with it. So under 2 months overall with all the shipping included. I think that's a pretty good turnaround. Seems pretty consistent with what we're seeing, though there are some outliers that go a little faster and some that take a little bit longer. So without further ado, let's get started. We got to select Herbert Tricolor Prism, number to 199. Really great card to start off the submission with. So what we'll do is, again, we talk about orders. Sick Pippin auto. What we do is we discuss strategies and what we do with these cards in terms of speculating, 1050249, in terms of using speculation, using grading for speculation. We're not talking about these cards as if you're submitting them to collect them. We're not talking about these cards as if you're still submitting them as a long-term investment. We generally talk about them as submitting when it comes down to having it as a speculative move to take a card, make it worth more money, and sell it for a profit. Nice Joe Montana rookie. So we go over strategies. We go over what we think people did right and wrong. Got 2 Jerry Rice PSA 7s here. I definitely like the one on the right more. Which one do you guys like more? I see this little edge issue on the top. This is a much nicer 7. This, and not all 7s are the same. I definitely take the one on the left more. So, and what we want is, we want you guys to comment what you agree with, don't agree with, if you think we're right, wrong. We want to make this an interactive kind of thing. Again, I would take this Jordan because this fisheye right here really bugs me. Fisheye is like a printing defect, and it just distracts from the card. Even though this one's nice, so centered and stuff, this would probably be a 9 without the fisheye and the edge issue. See, like I said, we have some older stuff in here. We have some newer stuff in here. This is a really good submission, and we'll be able to talk about a lot of the stuff that we go over all the time with these submissions. And that's, what level should I be sending cards in at? We got a bunch of these Stars of MLB Wanderers. We're going to skip over them. I think they're all 10s except one. We'll do it real quick. They're all 10s except one. Very easy grade, it looks like. Then we actually get to our first topic. We've talked about Wander Franco base PSA 10s a lot. We've talked about them a lot. And we said for a long time, stop grading them. Probably 2 months ago, we said stop grading them, stop grading them, stop grading them. It's not going to be worth your money. Tons of people are sending these things in. And guys, I have to pat myself on the back this time. Humble brag. I was right. Not worth sending them in at the economy level. Not worth spending $50 on grading this card right now. Why? First of all, 2/3 are PSA 10, but $50 to grade, and the most recent one sold for $63. PSA 9 you lost money on, right? Some people would say, oh, let's send it to an alternate company. Let's send it to SGC, get it back fast. You're going to spend $25 plus shipping every way to turn a $2 card into a $35 card? I don't think so. Not worth it again. Guys, this card, the only way you're grading this card right now is if you're saying, I think Wander's going to be hot next year. I'm going to spend $18, $21, send it for the July special or whatever the next special is. I wouldn't even send this at $30 right now. If you're super confident in it and you pulled it out yourself and there's no additional cost of actually buying the card by itself and you have it, maybe spend the $30. Take the chance that it'll come back up, or that even if you get a 9, you'll lose a little bit less money. I think we're going to see these cards come down to the $40 to $50 range as a PSA 10, and we'll see the 9s in the $10 to $12 range. So regardless, not a card I'm grading right now. Maybe I would send it in at the cheapest level possible. If I had a stack of them, I'd send them in for the July special. That's it. That's the only way I'm grading that card right now. And I mean, it's going to be that way with a lot of these cards. There's going to be a window where you can make money. One of the things that we talk about a lot is don't be penny rich and dollar poor. If you sent that card in when you pulled it in January and you spent the whatever money on it to get it graded, it was worth it. $50 when already 1,000 plus are graded on a base card that's just, you can get tops in Walmarts and Targets again, right? So do not spend the extra money. Really nice top scoring Formula 1 stuff. Do not spend the money on those cards to get them graded anymore. I hope you guys were watching these videos and you were listening and you didn't send them in the last month or two, because unfortunately it's probably going to be a losing proposition. We've done a bunch of videos talking about Topps Chrome Formula 1. This is just regular Topps Formula 1. Are any of you guys going to the National? We will be there. We're going to be set up around... I know I have it written down somewhere. Hold on. We'll be at booths 457 and 556 at the National. If you guys want to stop by and introduce yourselves, say hello, let's hang out a little bit, talk. Happy to do that. We love meeting our customers. We will be there. We'll have about 12 to 14 showcases of cards. Some of them will be our stuff. We have about 2 or 3, maybe even 4 showcases worth of consignment cards that we'll have out. It's gonna be a good time. We'll have a lot of stuff, a lot of cards there, and fun week of actually going through and meeting all the people that we talk to all the time. Old wrestling cards, like I said, a great mix in this order of modern, ultra modern, vintage, everything. Alexa Bliss, Green Pulsar, number 2 of 25. That probably sells for a silly amount of money. Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Wrestling is not my sport. 2000. I was looking at this, I'm like, oh wow, that's a new card that looks old. It was an old card. Mac Jones Reactive Orange. This is definitely one of those cards that we said we should be grading. The next one up, we got Jamar Chase Reactive Orange. Topic number 2. Remember, you want to grade what the next person wants to buy in a graded slab. We're talking about speculating here. We're not talking about buying a card to keep a card. We're talking about speculating here. And these inserts, if you're the first one grading them, there are huge, huge margins on them. $15 turns into $200. 15 or 30. The range that I saw when I was looking these up was $15 to $30 for raw. Sure, a PSA 9 does $50 right now. You're going to lose a little bit. Quick back history. You never used to make money on PSA 9s. Ever. Even when it was $8 to grade, you would lose your $8. Problem now is it's a $50 submission, right? So, but this person, say they bought this card for $30, paid $50, they're going to end up netting $175, $170 out of it. That's a huge profit because people like shiny cards in slabs. If you could find the key players, they don't even have to be the quarterbacks in this case. We've talked about this a lot. You get the guys that people want. You get this color match orange on orange. There are so many opportunities still out there. You just have to be willing to look and figure it out. We will point you in directions that we think make sense. And we'll tell you if we're doing the same thing with those cards. Personally, I'm not buying a lot of stuff to grade right now. We're focusing completely on all the services that we provide. We're focusing on getting grading cards out. We're focusing on consignment. We actually, this weekend, on Sunday, we will pass 100,000 cards sold in 2022. 100,000 different cards sold in 2022. That's crazy. That's an absolutely insane number. And last year we did 98,000 in the entire year. So we've already passed last year's sales. Wanda Rainbow Foil. Now I would grade Wanda Rainbow Foils if I had them. I wouldn't grade ones with top bottom centering like that, but I would grade Wanda Foils, just not Wanda Base. And also, I know you guys know about this national submission. So obviously today is Friday, and we're not taking any more cards for it. We got loaded up with it, and we charged $21, not $18. We did not get any discount from PSA, so unfortunately we had to charge a little bit more so we could make money and make it worth our time. So we charged $21 a card. Super Fractor. And we got, in 1 week of having it open, maybe 1 week and 1 day, Isaac 101 Platinum. We had over 8,000 cards. Hear that number. 8,000 cards at the $21 level. Guys, that number is the number that we used to do for Ultra Modern and Modern when it was bulk at $15 or $12. We did, because then we would do a few thousand of the next levels up, right? So that in that week, we got the same volume we got in the end of in February 2021. All right, topic number 3. All right, so this is a personal thing. I couldn't find any PSA 9s or raws of the orange on eBay, so we went with the tricolor. But here's my point with this card. To me, there's too many of these, and we see die-cut quarterbacks, retail die-cut quarterbacks in legitimately every single submission that we put in that's at the economy level. We're seeing this type of card. Look on the left side of the screen. That's not even all the die cuts for the level 40, number 44, the concourse level. That's not even all the die cuts. It couldn't fit on the screen. And then you have the 144, the 244, and the 344. There's probably 50 or 60 different die cuts. Sure, as the tricolors say on the right side, you can make money grading them. To me, it's too confusing. I don't know why somebody would buy it. So since I personally can't see somebody paying more for a slab, even though they do, we saw they do, since I personally don't understand it, I avoid it. I don't get into stuff that I don't understand. Another one here, die cut, retail. That's the field level, right? Yep. You got to field it. Now, this is a card I would buy, field level select. That's a great card. I understand that card. If I don't understand the card, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to spend my time trying to figure it out. It may be that you know that market, you know the die cuts, you know the ones that are more rare, less rare, you know that stuff. Great. Kill it with it. There's money to be made. It's just not for what we do. Jordan Poole. I mean, if this was sent in May, it was like the end of the playoff run. So that's great stuff for next year. Perfect timing to get back by the National. So, again, I'd like to know, are you guys sending in those die cuts? Are you avoiding stuff you don't understand? How are you learning about stuff that you don't understand? Or are you just saying, hey, I don't care enough. I'm not going to learn about it. Brady House Sapphire. So, yeah, like I was saying before we got to that topic, I think that Vintage Stock, that's a cool card. Number 293 of 99. I think that if PSA keeps this level open, we're going to see a lot of cards get graded again. I think part of the reason is that people realize they can come close to breaking even if the cards come back. That's interesting. It's funny, they're putting the base chrome card in a thicker slab. It's the only one. The paper and the refractors and stuff are in the regular slab. Aqua Shimmer of 125. blue refractor. I could bring this up now, I guess. So I use the atomic because we're going to get to some atomics. But again, Jeremy Pena is a pretty high up rookie prospect. Got a bunch of refractors. The refractors are numbered to 499 in this year. But look at this. $60 raw and $400 PSA 10. Like, these numbers are still insane, guys. Like, I'm showing you over and over again, there are still opportunities out there if you know what to look for. And learn the information from one release to use to your advantage to get ahead of everybody else for the next release that comes out. I mean, I'm sure the 9s here, 9 was $77. 91, I'm sorry, the 9 sold for $99. $91. So this is, not even kidding, the perfect card to send in for the $30 level. You'll get that back probably the end of the year. You get it back before next season. If you can get it for $60 and spend $30 and you're safe at a 9, and then you're all profit. It's a card that might end up getting overgraded, so you pay attention to what's coming back and pay attention to the pop report on it based on what you're sending. But it's not that super hard of a grade based on the pop report. So, again, I think that these people want shiny card slab, guys. That's what they want. They don't want the thick cards unless it's like NT or Flawless or iMac. They don't need Noir slab. They don't need Dynasty slab. They don't need that stuff slab. People like shiny cards in slabs. That's always been what it is, and I think that's what it's going to continue to be. Pedri. So we will be down at the National from Tuesday through Sunday, the entire time. Really looking forward to meeting people, putting faces to names and to handles on Instagram and YouTube and whatever else there is. I don't know what these cards are. Trinity Rodman, that's Dennis Rodman's daughter. So this got a 5. There's a crease right over here. It's funny. I watch other reveals to see how other people do this stuff. And, like, there's so much misinformation because people don't understand what they're doing or saying. One guy the other day said it took him over 2 years to get his submission back. And he had sent the cards in March of 2021. And they came back like a month ago. Like, that's a year and 3 months. That's very, we know that's a thing. That's how long the cards are taking. Right? But, like, how can you say that's 2 years? Like, at least be honest. Right? That's the big thing. And I think we do a good job of that. Be honest. If you watch those reveals, watch them and see if they're telling you the truth or if they're just saying some kind of shock value to try to spark everything. And by the way, guys, the other thing that I wanted to talk about, actually, let me do it after we get to the next card. The next card is Adrian Beltre. Topic number 5. Guys, save your money. Use the lower levels to submit cards like this. If they have a solid price point, what's the point? And again, this may have been before the $30 level came out, right? So leave that there. But this is like the perfect card to send in for 18 or for 30. Probably 8. Wait till the next PSA special to send something like this in. Like, you're more than likely to get an 8 or a 9 on this kind of card if you know what you're looking for. There weren't a lot of very low grades. If you do the math on that, that's 29 and change of the 3,000 cards that are graded. So very few low grades because you'll see when there's an obvious flaw. But if you look at the chart here from August of 2021 until today, this card's the same price. It's been at this 450 level forever. So you're not missing a spike. You're not missing a drop. You're not getting stuck with a card. So personally, this is the kind of card that I'm sending in. Send it and forget it. When it comes back, it comes back. If I get lucky and get a 10 and I get upcharged, so be it. If that's the worst case in the world, I have to pay a few extra bucks even though I waited. I don't care. I'd rather protect myself on a poor grade. It's also like the cards that this person sent in, I'm assuming are collection cards, not cards that they're looking to flip. Like, look at these cards. Like, you're not looking to flip that, I don't think. Riley Green Orange. I forgot what I was going to say before I stopped talking. So whatever that topic was, I just blew my mind. Yeah, all these 2020 Bowman cards. Marcelo Refractor. Nick York Blue. What are your guys' plans for the National? Are you going? Are you not going? Are you going to try to sit on eBay and get steals from people while we're going? Oh, this is a cool card. Power Refractor. Sheet Black Refractor. Oh, that was the other one. People are talking a lot about how grades are coming back better in economy submissions than they were in bulk. I'm seeing that a little bit right now. I want to touch on that real quick. Grades are getting better because people are looking harder. People are looking harder because people are spending $50 instead of $12 or $15. So, and the market's a little bit softer than it was then. Back then, it was send it and forget it. I'm going to get a 9. I don't care. I'm going to make money on a 9. I want to get as many cards into PSA as possible. Now, you need to be a little bit smarter and a little bit more selective. So, it makes complete sense to me that people are getting better grades in economy submissions because they're being pickier. They're being pickier with the card they're sending in. They're being pickier with the condition of the card they're sending in. There are better cards being sent in because it's more expensive. Since it, like, I don't know, like, I don't know Anthony Simmons, but to me, I see a lot of these cards here. I don't know why we're spending $50 on this year little. To me, this is something that we wait for. I guess if you want to make sure you have it back before the season, and this is a black gold, so this is low numbered. Like, this low numbered stuff, I guess, makes sense. But to me, this is the kind of cards that I'm waiting for, like 30, maybe 18 bucks, 21 bucks, whatever it is. Now that we know that they're going to do more of these, they're going to do more of these specials and stuff like that. This is really cool. Never seen this. I've literally never seen this. This is really cool. So now you can actually make stacks and say, I'm going to wait for the right price for my cards. And that's great. Mellow stuff. Yeah, to me, this is somebody's collection. I could be wrong. This is a card that I think is an awesome, awesome card to be sending in for grading. And it's the last topic, which we only have like 6 cards left. And it's the theme that I want to talk about is that there's just so much opportunity. Even with that card, it's not an easy grade by any means. Mosaic football, easy grade. Mosaic basketball seems to be really tough when you look across the numbers. But a $15 card that can turn into $175. To me, that's a card that I'm not spending the extra money on because of the risk. At most, I'm spending $30 to grade that card. That's probably the level that I would choose for it. I would probably choose the $30 level on that card. I'd consider sending it in the low and slow 18 or 21 or whatever the lowest level is. But guys, there is a ton of speculative grading opportunity still out there. A ton of it. These videos should show it to you. Looking at the market, you should see it. There is a ton. An absolute ton of stuff out there for you. I tried turning the camera on the top, but it's not working right now. So watch these videos, subscribe to our channel. We're going to do a lot of them. Probably not going to have any videos next week at the National. Maybe some when we get back from the National. But this was a really good one. Nice to get back into the long form videos. Remember to hit that subscribe button and click the little bell so you get alerts. And we will either see you on Monday with a video or meet you at the National. Thank you so much.